Berdeng lupa na kay ganda, itim ang mga bulaklak, mga pusong puno ng galak. Lumipas ang mga araw, pananaw tila'y natutunaw, kasakit may niyakap, kahit mga puno'y umiiyak. Buksan mo ang iyong mata at tingnan mo ang panaghol na kagubat ay lumuluha. Wag mo sana itatuwa. Sige na, humayo ka, oras na para ibigin siya. Bigyang pansin ang mundo natin, kalikasan ay malin. Pakinggan huli ng ibon, may ngiti sa gabit hapon. Sa tulong ng Panginoon, halina tayo'y tumugon.
Creyentes y no creyentes estamos de acuerdo en que la tierra es una herencia común cuyos frutos deben beneficiar a todos. Sin embargo, ¿qué pasa en el mundo donde vivimos? La relación entre la pobreza y la fragilidad del planeta requiere otro modo de ejercer la economía y el progreso, concibiendo un nuevo estilo de vida. Porque necesitamos una conversión que nos una a todos, liberarnos de la esclavitud del consumismo. Y este mes te hago una petición especial: que cuidemos de la creación recibida como un don que hay que cultivar y proteger para las generaciones futuras. Cuidar la casa común.
Global TV Network. TV Network. This is Global TV Network.
Sige na, humayo ka. Sige na, humayo ka. Oras na paibigin siya. Bigyang pansin ang mundo natin. Kalikasan ay malin. Pakinggan muli ng ibon. May ngiti sa gabi't hapon. Sa tulong ng Panginoon, halina tayo'y tumugon.
Magandang hapon mga kaibigan, and welcome sa isa na namang episode. Ayun, bakit ako nawawala sa aking sariling screen? Sa isa na namang episode ng Boses ng Kalikasan Live. Napakahirap talaga na may background. Yan, kamusta po kayo? Kamusta mga kaibigan? Kamusta buhay-buhay natin? Ayusin natin at tayo ay nilalamo ng ating screen. Ano ba yan? Puhin ko na lang kaya yung background. Yan. Ano pong balita sa radyo at TV? Ganon pa rin ba? Yan. Anyway mga kaibigan, nagpapasalamat po tayo sa ating mga bagong kasama sa Boses ng Kalikasan Live. Of course, maraming salamat po sa Global TV Network. Thank you very much. Walakpakan natin. Sa STV Philippines. Takalak po nating mga kasama. Maraming salamat po. Of course, sa ako at ang Kalikasan TV. Thank you. At ang bago nating partner, What's up, Pilipinas? Di kasama Ross Flores. Maraming salamat sa pag-allow ninyo na i-broadcast ang ating live show sa inyong mga Facebook channels. Maraming salamat po sa mga patuloy ding nanonood sa atin. We are live via YouTube, Boses ng Kalikasan, via Twitter, David D'Angelo PH, and via our Facebook page, D'Angelo for Senator. So maraming salamat po. Ganun din po sa Green Party of the Philippines. So mga kaibigan, pwede po kayong mag-comment, mag-share ng inyong feedback at iba pang mga bagay tungkol sa ating topic na usapang plastic. Kasi mga kaibigan, ang ating problema sa single-use plastic ay palaki na ng palaki. Kaya lang, with that problem being said, marami rin pong akong naiisip na katanungan, no? Tungkol sa issue na ito, no? Ano-ano yung mga issue na aking naiisip at gustong itanong sa mga kaibigan kasama na po dyan. Siyempre, kung mapapansin niyo, kung mahilig kayo sa tinitingnan ko palagi yung video, ba't hindi na lang dito sa kabilang screen para mas nakikita ko yung video, di ba? May ganun dialogue yan. Palit kayo. Yan, para mas kita ko yung aking sarili sa screen. Ayan. Anyway, isa sa mga problema namin, natin, na kinakarap natin, paano yung mga sachet, no? Ang dami-dami natin sachet, mga sabon, mga shampoo, mga toyo, suka. So, paano po ang future ng sachets? Kasi samantalang yung iba ay wala rin namang pambili. Ito mga kaibigan, I will not dare answer it, but I would also like, to hear your ideas, because this is also an economic problem. It is an environmental problem, but at the same time, it is also an environmental problem, no? So, ang tanong dito, paano natin, maibabalik ba natin mga kaibigan yung panahon noon na kung saan tayo ay merong mga tingi-tingi na tinatawag, no? Na tinatawag natin na isang pilsing mantika o langis sa probinsya, yung magdadala ka ng bote, tapos tatakalin, tapos sasalin, tapos may amount. O kaya kung bibili ka ng toyo, tatakalin sa parang may lalagyan na maliit, then after itakal, it will be sold to you. So we will be able to return to that purchasing style wherein we can do away with sachets. No? The second thing is, sa mga palengke, napapansin pa rin natin ito, kabila sa mga may ban, na you can still buy a plastic bag. So for example, if you are in a supermarket, meron silang tinatawag na mga plastic-free days. But if you want to avail of a plastic, you can buy plastic for 5 pesos. No? Then kung gusto mo naman, paper bag, extra paper bag, hindi ka nagdala ng sarili mong reusable bag, you can buy the paper bag for 10 pesos. Kaya na bibili mo, plastic, kasi mas mura. So, ang naisip ko, bakit hindi ginawa na mas mahal yung plastic? So, if you would like an extra plastic, wala kang reusable bag na dinala, then they should be like asking you to pay 50 pesos for the plastic bag. Kasi kami dito, ginagawa namin, although kailangan pa rin maging way of life and habit, na yung mga dati na yung plastic sa supermarket, ay we bring it along with us, and then we give it back para yun na lang yung lagyan nila uli. Hindi na yung kukuha pa sila ng bagong plastic. That's another issue is with the biodegradable plastic. Kasi not all biodegradable plastics are actually degradable. Are not actually to the level that can be used by the soil. Some of these are only tearing up the plastic into small pieces, creating microplastics, so hindi natin nakikita. Pero in fact, they are still giving pollution to the soil. So, problema din po yan, no? Kasunod dyan, paano yung ating yung mga junk food na tinatawag. So, plano ba natin iba na yung junk food? Kasi, for example, itong mga tortillos, yung mga ganyan, kinakain natin. Not that I'm promoting tortillos, they are not a sponsor of the show. Pero di ba, naka-single-use plastic pa rin sila. Pero you will say, Sir David, meron ako mga nagre-recycle, gumagawa ng bag, gamit yung mga junk food wrappers na yan, tapos binitinda ng mahal. So well and good. But the problem is, this programs are not connected, no? They are not connected to the grassroots level. For example, sa barangay. Halimbawa dito, pag nagtapon ka ng mga chichirya na yan, if you throw away those junk food wrappers, anong gagawin ba nung magkokolekta? Will they preserve it? Are they connected to these social enterprises, green enterprises that are upscaling this recyclable material? Yun yung kasi yung kulang, no? Walang linkage. Like in other countries, in Austria, I have met with a member of the Green Party of Austria, telling me that these green enterprises are connected with the government. Sana ganun din dito na magawa natin. So, itong problema ng plastic po natin, we are the number one, no? Sa Pilipinas, number one. Isa sa top 5 na polluter ng plastic sa dagat. So we are the source of most of these plastics, and what will we do about it? And then there again, there's the problem na may nagsasabi na the issue of plastic is being used by carbon emitting companies and corporations to block our eyes from the real problem of the climate crisis, which is carbon emission. So ito daw ay isang pag-block lang itong issue ng plastic. Tapos meron pang mga gumagawa dyan na sabi itong mga soft drink products dito that they are now using recyclable and biodegradable plastic bottles. Hindi naman natin alam o sure kung talaga kaya kino-collect nila at nire-recycle daw, which at some point entitles them or gives them the right to produce more of this kind of plastic. Bakit hindi lang ibalik sa glass dati? So, pag glass naman yan, so mining naman ang magiging issue. So, let me share with you a video from the plastic-free journey. It's called The Plastic Crisis from a Global Perspective from Juan Hernandez. So, we do not own this video. We would like to share it for educational purposes. Malaman natin kung ano ba yung problema tungkol sa plastic. Ano ba itong plastic crisis, no, na ating tinatawag. So, ito po mga kaibigan, panoorin natin ang video na ito.
Hello there. My name is 𝘠𝘓𝘠. I'm the Global Coordinator of Break Free from Plastic. Break Free from Plastic is a global movement working together and campaigning to end plastic pollution for good. This movement was founded in the Philippines in 2016, and from a handful of organizations, we have grown to more than 1,800 organizations globally. We are present in more than 120 countries worldwide, and we have thousands and thousands of individual supporters. And these are members who agree with our vision and our approach to the plastic pollution crisis. As you know, the world right now is facing a tremendous plastic pollution crisis. Break Free from Plastic differs from other organizations or other coalitions working on the plastic pollution crisis. And one major distinction is that we look at the problem in a holistic manner. So we're not just approaching the plastics issue from the waste angle, but we are looking at it from across the supply chain, meaning to say from the extraction, where it starts as fossil fuels and petrochemical processing components moving towards manufacturing, consumer use, disposal, and then pollution in the environment and in the oceans in particular. So we look at this every stage of the plastics life cycle in our approach to this issue. We are not just merely looking at this as a waste problem. We are not just looking at this as, for example, an ocean pollution problem, but something that is intrinsically linked to what we're calling the linear economy, which is the extract, use, and dispose model. And when we campaign against plastic pollution, we are effectively also campaigning against the linear economy and wanting to convert and transform that into a circular economy. Our strategy to combat and end plastic pollution has different pillars or different components to it. One is, of course, we want to promote real alternatives, real solutions to the problem. We are not talking here about recycling. Recycling has a part in addressing the problem, but if you look at the whole track record of recycling, since the onset of plastic production in the 1950s, less than 10% of all the plastic that's been produced since the 1950s has actually been recycled, and a great majority of the plastic that was produced then is still with us today. They have ended up in our landfills. They're contaminating our oceans. They're contaminating our food supplies, our food chain, and a fraction of it has also been incinerated, which is to say it's been transformed into toxic air pollution. That's probably created some illnesses or health deficits for some communities or some people. So part of our strategy is really to promote solutions to single-use plastics in particular. A great percentage or portion of the plastics being manufactured today really is dedicated for packaging. And unfortunately, most of that packaging is single-use, single-serve, throwaway packaging. And we would like to challenge companies in particular who are producing this type of packaging to shift to alternative systems, alternative ways to deliver their products and deploy them to the market without causing problems associated with plastic pollution. So that is the challenge that we are throwing at the companies, particularly the fast-moving consumer goods companies, to really come up with alternative systems. And by alternative systems, we mean refilling systems, reuse systems, and to move away from throwaway packaging. At a more, shall we say, at a more organized level, let's say at the city level or municipality level, we are also promoting zero waste programs or zero waste cities. So we have model cities in Asia, Pacific, in Europe, also in the United States that are demonstrating how zero waste programs can actually work. And these zero waste programs also encourage the shift or the move away from throwaway plastic packaging. At the same time, we want, as part of a key part of our global strategy, is to challenge many of the narratives or the myths that are floating out there around plastic. For example, that plastic is simply a waste management issue. As we've said, if you look at the entire supply chain of plastic, from production all the way to disposal, it presents different problems along the way. So it's not simply a waste management issue. Another myth is that this is a consumer's issue, that individuals are responsible for creating this problem. That, the reason that we have this crisis is because you and I, as citizens, we do not care about the planet. We just throw things, out in the open, out in nature, and create this waste problem. But that's not the real story. That's not the whole story. Because even if you manage to put your plastic waste or scrap into, say, the proper waste bin, it will still be a problem. Because this type of material, particularly the throwaway multi-layer packaging material, they are not meant to be managed. You cannot do anything with it. They cannot be recycled. And that's the reason why nobody bothers to collect them, and they end up polluting our environment. And finally, there's one thing that we need to understand. There is this inextricable link between the plastic crisis, plastic pollution crisis, and the climate crisis. Both are actually spawned by our dependence on fossil fuels. Not many people realize that 99% of all plastics produced, manufactured, and used out there are derived from fossil fuels. So keep in mind that every time you use single-use plastics, throwaway plastics, you are, in essence and in effect, contributing to the climate crisis. So every single-use bottle that you use, whether that's single-use cutlery, sachets that we use for our various products, they all add up and they contribute to the climate crisis. And if you look at the entire supply chain, once again, when you dispose of this plastic waste materials, when they end up in landfills, or even when they end up polluting our oceans, our mountains, our rivers, they will inevitably contribute to the climate crisis. So if you're concerned with the climate crisis, if you're concerned with the impact of plastic pollution on wildlife, on marine life, on birds, on our health, on our food, then we need to break free from plastic.
Yan mga kaibigan, napakaliwanag nung sinabi ni kasama Bon Hernandez ng Break Free from Plastics. Na talaga namang may problema tayo, may issue tayo dito, at syempre, hi nga pala sa mga kasama ko miyembro na Alpha Kappa Not. Kasi nilalamon ako ng ating green screen sa likod. So sana wala pong masila. Anyway, balik tayo dun sa usapan natin, na yung problema sa plastic ay talagang malaki. Kaya lang, gaya nga na sinasabi ko, there is also problems and questions that needs to be answered. Sabihin natin problema itong mga sachets, itong mga throwaways na ito, pero ano ba ang solusyon? Doon sa mga cutlery, solusyon dyan, magdala po tayo ng sarili nating cutlery. Pero ang problema kasi, kapag nagdala ka nito palagi, pagkakain ka sa labas, halimbawa kung hindi ka kakain, so tulad namin, we bring straws, spoon and fork every day. So every time lalabas kami kasi kasama sa bag. So that's one thing, no? Dahil yung meron tayong mga nakita ng mga inatenda nating event na posible lang pampalit. Pero itong mga sachets, for example, itong mga lalagyan ng toyo, paano natin gagawin yan sa market? So we need to really come up with a solution together with the private sector and these manufacturers na upuan ito na may problema tayo, kailangan nating solusyonan ito or else tayong lahat na maapektuhan. This needs to be resolved at the level na kung saan hindi rin maapektuhan yung ating mga consumers. And ngayon mga kaibigan, I would like to take this opportunity to siyempre to thank our new sponsor, a new partner, no? Partner natin dito sa partner natin sa Boses ng Kalikasan. Yan, ang Phil Global Immigration Services. So maraming salamat. Ba't ba nag-replay pa itong video na to? Hindi ako na nandun sa video. Yan. Phil Global Immigration Services Corporation, who is our partner for our live streams sa Boses ng Kalikasan at 𝘕𝘢𝘕𝘢 Speaks. Kaya nagpapasalamat po kami sa inyong tulong. Napakaganda po ng advocacy ng Phil Global Immigration Services Corporation, and we are very glad, no, that they are supporting projects like this for the environment. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please watch this special video from Phil Global Immigration Services.
The Managing Director of Phil Global Immigration Services Corporation, Mr. 𝘧𝘢𝘦𝘦𝘯𝘕.
So, mayong hapon sa atong tanan. I'm originally from Bohol, so I'm very proud of that. And welcome to our 8 years anniversary of Phil Global Immigration. So let me just tell you a story as to how we started. So it all started when I was 24 years old. That was 10 years ago, mas sexier pa. And was like a dreamer like you guys. So nagsimula yun kasi I also attended an expo, an orientation to go abroad. But apparently, 10 years ago, hindi pa uso yung mga magagandang agency na talagang handang tumulong at ayusin yung mga buhay nila. So, ang nangyari, I went to Australia, I arrived there, pag-contact ko sa hospital because I'm a registered nurse, apparently, wala pong trabaho, wala pong aral. So, napabalik sa Pilipinas, 200,000 gone. Kasi average pricing ng agency dati was 150,000 eh. So when that happened, a lot of things and a lot of struggle, luckily naman ay nakapagtapos, pero out of 50 namin na estudyante that time, imagine, 3 lang kami na nakaswitch ng visa. Why? Because agencies back time in the Philippines doesn't really care. So simula noon, it was part of Phil Global's advocacy already, na talagang if ever gagawin namin to, we will help you from the point of your membership hanggang sa pag-alis nyo. Your airport pickup will be care of Phil Global, making sure na dadalhin ka sa tamang bahay nyo. Then we will help you get your spouses, because spouses can work unlimited full-time in Canada and Australia. They can earn 300,000 pesos. Ang ginagawa kasi ng ibang Pinoy, what they do is, ang maling ginagawa ng Pinoy is, umaalis, and then ginagamit ang tourist visa, na-offload sa NAIA, nagtatry na umalis ulit. Pagdating doon sa ibang bansa, ang sweldo, 30,000, around 40,000. But what will happen in the Middle East, most especially, we are not really treated like same sa kanila. We're like second-class citizens. Even if we work there for 20, 30 years, hindi tayo magkaroon ng papel. So, ang goal namin sa Phil Global is to give you the advocacy of study, to work, and to live abroad. And lahat naman tayo dito ay gustong bumalik sa Pilipinas kasi masaya naman dito eh. We have the comfort of our family. So tumutulong din kami ngayon as to how you can come back to the Philippines and build your new businesses. That's why we launched earlier GCASH, kasi GCASH will also be your financial friend to help you set up your businesses once you come back and get capital. So again, with Phil Global, ang gusto namin na sasabihin is lahat sana po ay magtatapos, lahat po ay magkakatrabaho, and lahat po tayo ay magtatagumpay. So salamat po at magandang araw sa ating lahat.
So thank you very much to Phil Global Immigration Services. Nakapusap. Maraming salamat sa Phil Global Immigration Services for being one of our partners in Boses ng Kalikasan Live. Maraming salamat sa inyo. And they will be one of our partners for the 6 months. Kaya maraming salamat. Please visit their Facebook page, Phil Global Immigration Services. At makakatulong po sila sa inyo sa maraming bagay, no? Including sa pagtupad ng inyong mga pangarap sa Australia at sa Canada at sa ibang bansa. Sabi nila, problema daw ang pagpapaalis, no, ng ating mga kababayan bilang OFW. Ito po nakikita ko na hindi naman problema kasi even other countries are going to the Philippines to work. The only problem is how we augment yung absence ng ilang mga magulang, like in education, in our environment, in the society. How do we augment that? Kasi some of us really want to work abroad or live abroad. And hindi naman po natin dapat pigilan yun. Dito ka lang sa Pilipinas, hindi ka makabayan pag wala ka rito sa Pilipinas. So, Phil Global Immigration Services can help you with that. At napakaganda po ng mga layunin nila. I've been working with Birds before to various advocacy, especially para sa mga kabataan. Ayun nga mga kaibigan, balik tayo sa ating usapan ngayon na tungkol sa usapang plastic. So ano po, sa palagay ninyo, importante ba talaga na talagang dapat ba ay ban na itong plastic, mga single-use plastic na ito, mga sachets, alisin na sa market, pati yung mga soft drinks na yan. Payag ba kayo dyan? Ako payag ako, no? Kaya lang, we need to sit down really with manufacturers, create a law, and then sit down for our RLD to the solution towards replacing them with really environmental friendly packaging. No, hindi po na environmental friendly and at the same time affordable, no? We need to resolve that issue bago natin sabihin na, ayaw, wala na dapat yan, bawal na. Ano na, hindi ko naman kaya bumili for example ng malalaking shampoo ng sobrang malalaki kagad na toyo kasi syempre alam nyo naman, marami sa ating mga kababayan ay nasa laylayan ng lipunan. Sabi nga ng isang kamanidad dati, no? Marami ang mahihirap din na hindi nakaka-afford. Kahit nga kami, no? Minsan talagang pag kailangan sa shade din, paminsan-minsan, no? So we need to resolve this problem with an open eye, with an economic viewpoint, talking with the various stakeholders so that, it will not just be a win for the environment and a loss for the people. Talo yung taong bayan, talo yung purchasing power nila, talo mahihirap, pero panalo ang kalikasan. Dapat po, pag panalo ang kalikasan, dapat panalo rin ang taong bayan. Maraming salamat po siyempre sa mga patuloy na sumusubaybay sa Boses ng Kalikasan Live at sa mga gusto po sa ating tumulong. Pwede po kayong tumulong sa pamamagitan ng pagbibigay ng inyong mga GCASH at PAYMAYA donation sa ating number na 0998-883-0735 o kaya you can send stars to our live or to our videos. Just send stars. Also, you can donate via paypal.me/shenbrood. Ayan. Welcome po ang lahat ng donations. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow I will be guesting sa Talk Shop Asia. Ayan, mga kaibigan, share natin. I will be the guest for Talk Shop Asia. Season 26, Episode 1, sharing about various topics regarding the environment. Parang itong Q&A sa atin. It will be at 3 p.m. tomorrow, Saturday, September 3 p.m. And it will be live broadcast via Big Media and ATC International. So kasama din natin sa may interview si 𝘍𝘍𝘍𝘍 Jr., President ng UPERS Philippines, sa Power Leader Highlight of the Week, and of course si Dr. Alfredo Lorenzo Sablay, ng YECAP Fellow Movers and Boy. Yan, bukas po yan. At thank you sa ating mga host, si Dr. Alex Reyes, na ating fellow Rotarian, ng ating MIP, no? For this year. Of course, ano din si Jojo Barakis, si Joshua Ravelas, at si Rolly Pagaspas. Ayan. Abangan niyo po bukas yan, Talk Shop Asia. Again, ladies and gentlemen, maraming salamat sa patuloy na pagkikisik sa Boses ng Kalikasan. See you again next time on our next live episode on Tuesday. Of course, we have 𝘕𝘐𝘚 Speaks. At siguro, babalikan natin mga kaibigan yung issues of the day. At mag-update na tayo sa mga nangyayari sa OLA. So, itong tinatawag natin na online, no? Online lending apps. Okay, marami tayong issue na feedback na hindi natin alam kung talagang ano na ba ang nangyari dito sa mga OLA natin, no? Meron na bang development. So, babalikan po natin yan sa Tuesday, yung ating online lending app. So again, ladies and gentlemen, maraming salamat. Patuloy po tangkilikin ang ating mga live streams, no, dito sa Boses ng Kalikasan at sa ating Facebook page. Hanggang susunod po, ito po yung lingkod, David Angelo. Patuloy nagpapasalamat at maglilingkod para sa kalikasan. Hanggang susunod po, paalam, ingat po kayo, and have a great weekend. Salamat po.
This is Global TV Network. This is Global TV Network.
Pilipinas, pagkain man o pagyaman, biyahe man kung saan-saan, kahit pa sino pa ang iyong angkan. What's up, Pilipinas? What's up, Pilipinas? Halina at libutin ang ating mundo. What's up, Pilipinas? Aming ibibigay ang inyong gusto. What's up, Pilipinas? Ang show na ito'y para lang sa inyo. What's up, Pilipinas? Tutok na. So what's up, Pilipinas? Libutin ang mundo, kainin ang gusto. Alamin ang tamang daan kung paano ka umasenso. Kasama ang buong tropa ng pag sa Pilipinas. Aming ibibigay sa mata at ipapadanas ang saya ng what's up, Pilipinas. Tutok na. So what's up, Pilipinas? Ang saya dito sa Pilipinas. Ihahatid sa inyo ng what's up, Pilipinas.